Making a short video today to help those of you who are applying for the student teaching semester. This is a very simple process. Now that you have a user account, you'll log into TK20 not from that admissions account that you used to make the admissions application, but from your user account. Your login credentials should be your email address and your campus student ID number. So you log in, and this is the screen that you have. We can see that Sarah's helping us out today to be our guinea pig. And so this is what you see when you log in. You'll come to the Applications tab here on your left, and you'll select Applications. Now I've actually already opened an application for Sarah, so you're going to see that here. You'll note that the deadline for submission, September 28th, that's next Wednesday at 5 p.m. If you haven't already opened your application, you're going to click the green button, Create New Application. And from here, you'll select Application to Student Teaching Fall 2016. Select that and hit Next. And this is going to bring you to the application that you'll need to fill out. This application is very, very simple. There are some things that you're going to need to have handy. The first is your transcript. And then the second thing that you'll need, depending on if you're an elementary major, an elementary and special ed major, or a secondary education major, what we want you to do is scan the field experience evaluation forms you've had for all the classes that are listed based on which major you are. So it's different among the majors. For example, elementary folks, if you're elementary and special ed, then you have one from curriculum. If you're a secondary education person, it has to do with your secondary ed classes. Music education people only have the one from what is currently called Music 3200. Your proof of major form, if you are a secondary major. If not, you don't need to worry about that. We'll want to see the paper and SAR from ED 222. This is the class you all call Pi. And we're going to want to see both the paper and that SAR. I know that for those of you who just completed an admissions application as a part of this process, that's redundant. We would like to have that again, and hopefully you still have that saved on your computer. One thing I did notice in some of the admission applications is that people were scanning PDFs of each page, and so it came out to 10 or 12 different PDFs. We want to see one file with all that information. You'll have a reflection in SAR from your schools as community field experience, and you'll have the SAR and paper from philosophy of ed. And then finally, the instructional unit for the elementary and special ed folks, that came from your science and social studies methods class. For you secondary folks, that's general secondary methods, and music folks will have one as well. After you upload those required documents, then what we need you to do is type in some information about your previous field experiences. And so all the courses where you've had field experiences are going to be listed as you scroll down. Now, each of you will not fill out every single one of those boxes, right? Everybody's going to have Intro to Ed. You might have 2 forms from Intro to Ed, so if you have 2 experiences, we want those both listed. Elementary folks are going to have science methods and social studies methods and math and language arts methods. Everyone will have schools as community. You could have up to 4 different placements from schools as community. Special ed folks will have characteristics. Secondary folks, your 358. Music people, your 3200. Reading in the content area for secondary folks, and then your content area methods class, that's also secondary only. So depending on your major, not going to fill all those out, but we want to know the school that you worked in, the grade level that you taught, and if you taught multiple grade levels or observed or worked with multiple grade levels. In your elementary, click multiple K through 6. If you're secondary, click multiple K through 12, otherwise a single grade. And then you're also going to list the cooperating teacher, the teacher that you worked with during that experience. All right, so you fill those out. And then finally, this will be familiar to you again, the disposition self checklist. You'll take a look at that. Answer those honestly. Again, we don't expect a student teacher to be highly effective or effective in every single area. And so be honest in those assessments. If you have some comments that you want to make about your dispositions, you can do that here. All right, that is the application to student teaching. It should take you, if you have all those files together and you know this information about your field experiences, I would guess this application will take you about 15 minutes to complete, much simpler than the old binder process. Remember, those are due by the 28th of September at 5 p.m. If for some reason you're applying for student teaching but you did not do the admissions application as you were directed, which was due last week, you're going to need to get on that. So contact me if that's an issue for you. Have a great day, and again, if you have any questions or concerns or this doesn't work quite well for you, just let me know and I'll help you out the best I can.